And we'll begin section 15, another short one. That's actually kind of relief. 3 arrows. It is a battle node with at least a Lancer. Lancer, Caster, and Berserker. Well, it's convenient for them to give us all of them. Multi-combat means we'll bring Musashi along, but we're probably not going to use Musashi. Gil would not be useful. I kind of want to, you know what, let's diversify a little bit here. Salter. Where is Salter? Where is she? Salter is hiding the button and the key. She's at least spawn 5. There she is. So let's see. That is 13248. How does she compare to you? Oh. Sorry, Salter, but, yeah. Proto beats you in damage-wise. Sorry, I was going to use you, Salter. I really was, but Proto just sort of is way more damage dealing. Like, a lot more. Good gracious, I didn't realize it was that much. Okay. This is still the souls that become eventually equals part 2. They all sort of have the same names, but just with the Roman numerals to denotate what section of that section it is. So, you know. Foo-foo! We've arrived at the destination coordinates. We're immediately beneath Altar Town in the middle of the city.
We'll have to hoof it from here. Come on, everyone. Let's get ready to leave. Oh, is he all ready to be out the door in 30? Okay, 60 seconds. Looks like you're all ready set, Mashy.
Yes, I'm ready. I've already equipped the Ortonax. I'm gonna go anytime, too. No problems here either. I'm a sword fighter, after all. I'm always expecting a fight to break out at any time. So we're underneath Altar Town, huh? Something's up with them. Adele Macarius, can you tell us this area of the city is like? This is right near where the gods reside. Altar Town sits at the center of Olympus, directly beneath the great orbital shrine, the bearer of the Kronos crown. There's a group of central shrines here that supervises all the branch shrines in the other districts, and the gods' great orbital shrine lies directly above them. It's the area of the city that's closest to Zeus. So we're right beneath enemy territory. And on top of all that, these coordinates aren't that deep underground. So the remains of Hades' protection are at their weakest there, while Zeus' protection is at its strongest. So things work differently in this part of the underground, then? That's right. We'd be fine if we were just a little further down. But I'm guessing at this depth, we're gonna have to walk.
I'm afraid so. It won't be too long of a trip, but there's nothing I can do about the depth issue.
Then we'll have to be extra careful. Don't forget, there could be autonomous weapons lurking about here, too. It'll be a major pain if one of them spots you, so if you see one before it sees you, yeah, you'll need to run for it immediately, because destroying it won't stop it from alerting the others. Or we could just, you know, destroy it before it sees us. Autonomous weapons? You mean the Argos? No, wait, we already destroyed the Argos. Ugh, yeah, right, good point. They must be talking about the mass destruction devices and the anti-personnel eradicators. They're all linked right up to Zeus' senses. Zeus may not be able to see into the underground directly, but he can sense what his machines see. Think of them as his eyes. They don't show up at the depths we normally hide the base, but we're shallow enough now that they do show up. Watch yourselves around here.
Is that really an AI? I've never heard of one swapping between personas like that before.
It's got the power of the wild card, clearly. Foo-foo! I'd say they're more like a trustworthy partner who keeps giving us plans of attack and secret weapons. They've already helped us out a bunch so far. So you've noticed too, huh, Samurai Chick? Hey, isn't there a saying for this sort of thing? Speak of the devil, soul, mash. Magic energy reading 200 meters ahead, and as far as I can tell, there doesn't seem to be any other paths along this tunnel. Our only choices are to meet it head-on, or to retreat. Master! Damn it, this is exactly what I hate about this step. Let's get out of here for now. I'll look for another route before it notices us. No, this is such a goddamn pain in the ass. Why can't we just kill this thing and keep moving? Don't you think we would if we could? Damn it, just get back for now and... Don't worry, everything is fine. I've severed this device's connection to Zeus's neural network. To simplify matters for the Chaldeans, it's no longer online. Well, that's not entirely true. I threw in some hacks, so it still seemed like it was online. The point is, you don't need to worry about leaving it intact. Well, that's the best news I've heard all day. Just when I thought our only choices were to run or hide, now we have a much, much better one. Whoever you are, I'm gonna assume Lady Kana sent you and trust you're here to help. How about you, Soul? I believe. Are you serious?
You made that call faster than I thought. It's the right one, too. Just trust in your intuition and keep going.
Good gracious, I got the burps. Issuing Artenax combat mode. Officers are 100 meters away, preparing to engage in battle.
Let's engage in battle. Endless battle.
I can never pronounce that properly, I fear. Okay. What are we up against here? They said anti-personnel things. Those are the sphere things, right? Or, you know, not what I was expecting in the slightest.
Yeah.
And we'll mana burst as well. Just be safe. It's only 2 waves, it looks like, so this should work out fine. The Origin Chimera should go down. An Origin Lamia might live, which would suck a little bit. But it is what it is. Okay, so the Lamia has survived. That's annoying. Not much that can be done, though. They are neutral damage. And they have a buff. That buff being Theo's Killer Anomia, which is a decreased attack damage taken. So, really, is it my fault? I don't think it is that they lived. I don't think it's my fault. Except for if they lived through this one. Then it might have been my fault. Had they lived that time, it might have been my fault. There it is. Orb thing. Or... Gosh, you've got a name in XCOM, but I don't remember your name. It's been a while since I played XCOM. Or XCOM 2. Part of me kind of wants to go back, but there's just so many other games to really play. You know, Elden Ring is taking a lot of time. My brother's trying to challenge me to a race in Elden Ring with a specific build, and I'm going to be doing it here off-stream. I'm not going to go any further than where I currently am on-stream, though. Oh, wow. That's kind of surprising that they lived. Guess that Mana Burst would have been more helpful to save. But yeah, probably going to be doing that here soon. Not going to go past where I am, but, you know, I will be beating him in a race to
whoop his butt and show him who's the better Souls player.
Even if he does have more experience with Elden Ring, just because he's been playing it non-stop. Like, non-stop, compared to me, who's only been playing it on stream, for the most part. Another Lancer and Assassin this time. We'll go ahead and just bring Musashi, and, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Ain't broke, don't fix it, whatever the phrase is. So yeah, just go again. Literally no worries here. Yeah. I like that those things have a sprite now. Or a, image. Hostiles have been silenced. Waiting, picking up another match you're reading 100 meters away. Headed straight at us at high speeds. Seems to be another one of those happen to find us rather than the last one calling for reinforcements. I'm fine taking it on, but how do the rest of you feel? How do I feel? I feel like I could take a couple hundred of these things without breaking a sweat. Let's do this. Canis, everybody. Canis. Hey, J6, welcome to the stream. Happy things. Isn't this amazing? Isn't what amazing? I need to know what exactly is amazing before I confirm or deny. This is another easy node. Holy crud. I'll go ahead and Mana Burst. I don't know if I'll have enough oomph to push through without using Command and Dreamlike, but I mean, I wouldn't get a full charge anyway, so let's just use them. Reflector's starting to chug here. I'm gonna have to be very cautious of Reflector chugging. Very cautious. How's that? Isn't this amazing? everybody admitting that Mashu is best girl and best waifu, but is only mine. Yes, that's amazing. But, in all seriousness, Pepe being here, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I honestly should have anticipated that, whoever this collaborator, which I am again betting is Muramasa. I'm betting Muramasa is the collaborator. It's interesting that he's gotten 2 of the cryptors to work for him. I am kind of curious as to, if this is Muramasa as the collaborator, what his goal is. The only other person I could possibly see as the collaborator that would be a twist right out of left field would be if it was, for some reason, Wudame as the collaborator. That would be a twist out of left field, you know. Well, you said you leave it to my imagination, you know. I mean, you know. So is Pepe technically? I mean, I don't. So the only disciple of the foreign god that's actually tried to fight us has been Limbo, I believe. I'm pretty sure ooh, there's an archer here. That's kind of annoying that there's an archer. I now have to think of how I want to do this. He did kill Da Vinci, yes, that is a douche move from Rasputin, but he didn't attack us. So... And at that point, it's... And actually, you bring a good point. Rasputin killed Da Vinci. But as I'm pretty sure was established, at the end of the first Lostbelt, Rasputin has given the reins to Kirei at this point. So, Rasputin might have killed Da Vinci, but maybe Kirei hasn't? Maybe Kirei's on our side. I don't know! Okay, I need to think, though. So... A saber's not gonna cut it here. I'm gonna need to bring in a lancer. These have been 2 nodes, they tend to be. Let's bring in a Resh. Yeah, we'll bring in a Resh. There's a little bit of desync with regards to the audio I've seen, I can now tell, but it should be fine. I mean, you know, corpses can have personalities. Plus, actually, how did Kirei die in the Grand Order timeline? Was that ever established? Oh, well, this is an excellent node. 3 waves. Because, of course, now they throw things to be different at us. Now is when they choose to make things different. I mean, maybe this means that there's no, Lancers on the other nodes? I don't know. I should honestly probably take out that personal annihilation device here too. Or at least start putting some damage into it because it will NP. And I'm pretty sure its NP is a buff cleanse. If memory serves. It's been a while since I've let them get off an attack, so... Or an NP. And they buff blocked me. Son of a biscuit! Screw buff block. Get the invents. And we're focusing the large scale annihilator down now. Was recorded to be utterly destroyed in the FGO timeline. Well, clearly whoever made that record needs to get a new definition of utterly destroyed. you know, unless fully intact is a new way to say utterly destroyed, they need to get their eyes checked. Oh man, speaking of eyes, my eyes are freaking dry. Okay, we can afford a hero creation here. Aresh, please, 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 please do the work here. Oh, Aresh, come on. Aresh Gogol, you're one of the top tiers. Why, Aresh? Why did you not completely and utterly eviscerate all your enemies? It's because you didn't have your Buster buff, isn't it? There you go, Aresh. Now completely and utterly destroy all mortal. Well, I mean, they're not really mortals, are they? It's debatable. But I gotta ask, J6, have you been doing Olympus at all on your own, or are you still back in, Atlantis? Well, first off, it's very clear I should have brought, like, a saber for this frickin' node. But, second off, the last time we fought an arm in a story node was, Babylonia, I think. I want to say it was Babylonia when we last fought a, Arm of Dawn in a story node. I think. It was like a guild treasury battle, or something along those lines. I don't know. But this is not going to be a hard finish up. But fair. Fair is fair. I'm guessing you're taking it at your own pace, you know. You already know everything that's going to happen, given that you play JP verse. And probably have some semblance of understanding of what's going on. I'm guessing that you have some semblance of understanding, given that you know details of everything, so. By the way, I did see that there was, like, some panel with regards to FGO recently in Japan, but the only thing that I really know was announced was, that new duo servant that's like a Vietnamese mythical general, maybe? The girls with the elephants on their heads. I'm level 149! Woo! I can have another friend! And the Mystic Code is level 9 as well. Just 31 million more experience left for the Mystic Code. Yay! But, the main reason I'm asking, by the way, is because I saw some sort of image of MASH in a school uniform, and I have no context for that. Absolutely no context. So I was wondering if you could provide it, because I cannot find any context for that image. Also, Caligula, you still clearly have some of that madness in you. All hostiles down. I don't see any other hostiles in the area, and the healing authority doesn't seem to be working on their remains either. Of course not with me here. That bastard Zeus might have taken over Demeter's authority, but these things aren't going to be instantly healing themselves as long as I'm around. I can't say what's going to happen once we leave, but at least you won't have to worry about him while I'm here. Man, reassuring you, punks. Shit's really pretty messed up if that's what I'm doing. I must be getting soft in my old age. It was already destroyed. Did you really need to hit it again? Mind your own damn business. Besides, didn't you once chop a guy's head off after you'd already taken him down? Hell, that was just me tying up loose ends. Loose ends? You serious? The battle's over, Master. You did great. Those two are going to be, like, the best of friends by the end of this. I swear. I look forward to seeing their interactions in other events. Like, if they have them. I kind of... They feel like they would be a good, you know, buddy. Like, they're going to be good friends in Chaldea. When we eventually summon Canis to our side and get Musashi to stop her wandering, at least. By the way, I'm about that giant hand we fought towards the end. Yes, we've seen it in the simulator before. I've seen it in the simulations. Yes, it looks just like the one we've seen in the simulator. From what I've been told, it's been a mock enemy archetype in Chaldea's combat simulator since the simulator first began operating. We have also encountered similar-looking hostile entities near the ley lines with some singularities. It's still unclear exactly where their design comes from. Fo! Yeah, but sure was a big hand. Fo! Damn, and here I thought that was my chance to pet him.
Okay, everyone, great work. Sure, I may not have helped, but it was a good show. So shall we be going, then? Oh, then again, maybe we should just ask the owner of this little hideout for directions.
The owner?
Yes, that's fine with me.
Of course, my secret workshop is just up ahead, so you don't have much further to go. Just keep going straight ahead, don't worry, the door's unlocked. Welcome, God Destroyer Alliance in Chaldea, to the great Prometheus Hephaestus workshop. It's frickin' Muramasa. Well, there's gonna be Muramasa here as well. I'm betting. I thought you were destroyed in Atlantis. Yes, the version of me was destroyed, but that was more of a backup version of me which resides here. Didn't that version of me tell you that another version existed back before it met its end? That's right, you did. You said there was another separate unit of you here in Olympus. There you go, I am that separate unit. Though strictly speaking, maybe I should say more of a transcendent unit. Anyway, this is very intriguing. It sounds like you've come across my hands, even in proper human history. Wait, what? Foo! Oh, that giant hand was yours? Well, being one of the 12 Olympians' own hands explains why it was so huge. Those are your hands, Hephaestus! I'm sorry, what? Oh no, not mine. I'm sorry if my choice of words confused you. They're replicas of my hands from back when I was just Prometheus, before I became Prometheus Hephaestus. It seems the version of me, that is, Prometheus, from proper human history, was bestowing wisdom and experience on you. What a fascinating connection. Huh. So in a way, the gods have always had our back. Or at least, a god has always had our back. Interesting that, Hephaestus has always, been looking out for us. That's actually kind of cool. We're famous amongst the gods, apparently. Right, Prometheus, the god of wisdom, is said to have given humanity the gift of fire.
Then the enormous handshaped enemy we've been known to encounter in Chaldea combat simulators is
Prometheus' hand of wisdom. Here in this Lostbelt, it's the only remains of my former self. But in proper human history, I'm sure it's doing everything it can to aid humanity in this time of crisis. I don't know what to say except, thank you. Thank you, Prometheus. Not at all. After all, that was my proper human history self, not me. Now, go on. This may not be quite the reunion you had in mind, but you're welcome to my workshop, nonetheless. You continue to defy the gods. There's definitely something similar here. That reminds me of the temple remains we saw in Atlantis. Fo! Does this mean this whole workshop is actually your brain? Prometheus Hephaestus? That's right, it is. In one sense, I suppose it's been a long time, Chaldeans. As for you, God Destroyer Alliance, it's nice to meet you. Same here. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, O God of Knowledge. I mean, God of the Forge. Don't worry, either is fine. In my current state, I'm neither and well both. Yeah, you're sounding less mechanical. Don't worry about that. If my speech patterns sound different here, it's because Prometheus' brain is the primary operator for this facility. In that sense, I suppose I really did die once. Or at least the database intelligence that's called itself Hephaestus did.
In proper human history, Prometheus was said to be the god of knowledge who bestowed wisdom upon humanity. Presumably here in this Lostbelt, he managed to survive by fusing with one of the gods who fed on Olympia Machia. That's right, I fused with Hephaestus, who had been taken prisoner after the Machia had ended. It seems I wasn't able to disclose such top-secret information at Atlantis. But I take it you're all sharing all your information with the Alliance. That's a wise decision, Chaldeans. Yes, well, I'm afraid we have precious little to share in that regard when it comes to the Lostbelts, and we are practically starved for information. So it would seem. I haven't really been following on this side of things too closely. But does this mean you're the God Destroyer Alliance collaborator we've been hearing so much about? I am collaborating with the Alliance, yes. And in that case, I have to thank you for saving our bacon. See, he never admitted it. It's friggin' Muramasa. The 7-link heroic spear can really helped us out a ton. It might not have been enough to let us win with it alone, but it definitely couldn't have worked without it. I'm sure we're definitely going to need the Grand Substance article we're about to take off your hands, too. Pardon me if I might, there's still one more thing I'd like to know. Oh? The first time we encountered the gods of Olympus, we were saved in part by a kind of dissonant noise. I noticed it interfered directly with Olympus' independent god mid-ley line, and therefore seemed quite effective against the gods. Ah, so you noticed that, did you? And since neither Macarius nor Adele seem to possess such a thing, I can only conclude it belongs to you. Tell me, would you be able to borrow it from you? Don't bother, that ain't ever gonna work on him again. Oh. I mean, yeah, you know, that dialect. That was a special mystic code built on the heroic Orpheus's musical magecraft. Orpheus. So, that's a name drop for a possible heroic spirit. Orpheus. Then again, I'm sure if you really pushed it, like, half of Fate's Grand Servant roster, like the entire Fate series, I'm sure that you could make half of it with just Greek or Roman heroes, to be completely honest. Yeah, I know. I played Hades. Now that we've used it once, we can never use it again. It's just like our smoke screens. It might not be completely useless anymore, but it won't ever work that well again. I see. I didn't realize you've been using such valuable things to help us. It's okay, Mash. It had to be done. It's an excellent roguelike, honestly. It is really good. Kind of difficult, though. Adele. Foo-foo! What is it? That little furball just wants to jump on you. Get away from her, furball. Man, Fo really likes Adele.
Oh my, what's gotten into you, little one? Develop a weakness for pretty faces in the short time since we last met.
Fo! And again, I'm seeing some dichotomy between Adele, Macarius, and Pollux and Castor. If nothing else, I'm glad to see her alive and well. I don't know what the difference is between these two lines, but for the time being, I can promise you this unit is running just fine, Soul. In the meantime, I'm both proud and impressed that you all made your way here to Olympus. In Atlantis, you defeated Artemis and Poseidon. In Olympus, you've defeated Demeter and Aphrodite. Now that you've triumphed over so many mechanical gods, you're practically at Zeus's throat. What you have accomplished so far is nothing short of amazing. There's just one more thing I'd like to ask you. Did Aphrodite say anything about me? Got something in my throat. Well, in proper human history's mythology, Aphrodite was the goddess of love and beauty as well as Hephaestus' wife. I gather from your question that you had a similar relationship with her in this Lostbelt. That was a long time ago. At this point, I'm just a mind without Alethea. I don't blame you for killing my wife at all. However she may have changed after the Olympia Machia, she's still the same woman I love. She was very loving herself once. Trying to get water to soothe whatever's, like, caught there. She said your name right before she died. I see. Now then, about the Grand Summon article. Damn, he sure as he moves on quick. course he does. Forget cold-blooded. These things don't even have blood. Just because they might look human sometimes doesn't mean they are. And just like people, people will never know what it's like to be a beast. No god will ever know what it's like to be human. And if one did, they'd be an exception among exceptions. Really, these things are just overgrown piles of junk that happen to do a thing or two thanks to their authority. I believe it varies depending on the stories. In fact, I'm pretty sure it varies depending on the stories. Is this breath spray almost out? Kind of hard to tell. It doesn't actually matter if they're a god or sprung up like a natural shit from the earth, or a mechanical god that came from space. They're nothing more than containers for that huge ass of power we call authority. So yeah, of course this guy is going to be quick as hell to move on. You think the sea can ever know how a person feels, or a friggin' storm? I can't do voices with this feeling in my throat. Of course not, and there you have it. Mountainous, you must be the one who gained Poseidon's protection. Come now, there's no reason we can't be friendly. I'll admit that Poseidon could certainly behave in less than admirable ways, but don't you talk to me about him. Just hurry the hell up and give us this summoned thing already, you pile of scrap. Once you hand it over, I'll end your miserable life, and we can all be on our merry way. Now hurry up, band. Well, some little punk's feeling grumpy today. Didn't get a full lunch or something. If you need a quick meal to fix yourself up, you can take mine. Oh, and watch that spear of yours. You could poke somebody's eye out with that thing if you ain't careful. You touched my spear, didn't you? What the hell are you, an assassin? No, that's not right. What was that? How did they sneak up on Mountainous like that? I didn't sense any bloodlust or hostile intent, but something about this guy feels familiar. Someone sneak up behind Mountainous? Yes, Senpai, but I'm positive there wasn't anyone up here. I was here up till a moment ago. What's this feeling? Whoever this guy is, he's no ordinary heroic spirit. What the hell are you? I was right! Me? This here is the god of the Forge's workshop. Of course you're gonna need a smithy to work it. Fact is, I was just in the middle of casting something from that old pile of scrap, as he put it. So who are you, customer? If you are, then you ought to know to mind your manners. I don't do business here unless I hear please and thank you. In the meantime, why don't you put that big stick of yours away? It ain't a bad piece of work. No sense in wasting on some old geezer like me. Muramasa.
Oh my, now that's quite a big name. I wouldn't say a geezer if it's by any means either.
Wait, Pepe, we've seen him before. That's Senji Muramasa, an alter ego. He's a heroic spirit who helped Senpai back in Shimosa, and now he's one of the foreign god's disciples.
Senji Muramasa,
Foe? Eesh, maybe this is payback for spending my whole life in the Forge. Sure, I always had faith in the Sumikari, but that alone didn't explain how I ended up an alter ego. Now I'm a glorified errand boy for someone calling themselves the foreign god wasn't bad enough. It's maybe an enemy of goddamn humanity itself. If it weren't so damn tragic, it'd be almost funny. Indeed, it is the old man. Well, at least I got to meet a true god of the Forge out of this deal. Though my excitement sure is tapered off when he turned out to be a half-fossilized gizmo. Hell, he's more like an old man who's just been around about as long as most gods. You know, there's something really sad about an already old man. Calling you an old man? Does smithing skill just have to come with a foul mouth? Hey now, didn't mean anything by it. How about I give that bald head of yours a good polish to make it up? I'm not bald. Master, he seems to be, he's definitely not like any of the other disciples. So you're one of the foreign god's alter ego disciples, huh? The Muramasa I knew used to complain about materializing as a saber. So I guess you made up for it by being an alter ego this time. You sure get around a lot for an old guy. So what are you actually doing here? Is this just a coincidence we ran into, or is there more than that? You're laying in wait to take care of Chaldea for getting in the foreign god's way or something? You know, that's a good question. I want to honor my mentor's request, but I also can't ignore my duties as a disciple of the foreign god. So do I settle things now, or should I be on my way? What do you think, Chrome Dome? Chrome Dome. They have a good back and forth. So Muramasa, my very last apprentice, and Chaldea, the ones who carry on proper human history's self of hopes. When a master swordsmith is the apprentice to somebody, I mean, to be fair, if a master smith of anything had to be an apprentice to anybody, it would be a god of the Forge, so. Share a bond that I couldn't even predict. As the god of knowledge, I find this fascinating. But it seems that it has Chaldea on the edge. Not that I blame them, given that they're up against another god. Right? Plus that Zeus fellow said I gotta cut him in two and serve him up as an offering if I came across them. Alter Ego Senji Muramasa. No matter what he says about not lying in wait for us, he's still the foreign god's disciple, which makes him our enemy. I should probably think of him as a whole other Senji Muramasa, with a different spirit origin altogether from the one I knew, but... I mean, you know, I didn't ever say he had divine smithing abilities. I said, if there was anyone that could possibly teach a master smith something, it would be a god. Hey you, tough-looking swordswoman. You recognize this face or something? Don't tell me you knew this body's original owner. No, that probably ain't it. I'm guessing you just met me during the past materialization or something? Well, whatever went on with that. I ain't got a single memory of it. Still, I gotta thank you all the same. You must have really liked me, seeing as you're keeping your hands off your swords even under these circumstances. Never would have thought a Neo like you'd go easy on an enemy standing right in front of you. Huh? Huh? Isn't he our enemy? The hell did he just say? I believe he said, thank you. Foo! So you're not our enemy? Nope, at least not for now, but I ain't your ally either, so don't get those lines mixed up. Hell, what's going on here? No fighting, no killing? The hell you get off saying that kind of shit after you already picked a fight? Me? I didn't pick no fight. I just warned you to take good care of that weapon of yours. The hell's your deal anyway? A kid who's old at heart? And you're in with the soul in the samurai chick? I forget it. I don't know. I don't care, and I'm bored. Wake me up when things get interesting again. I too know nothing of this man whatsoever. True, I never met a heroic spirit by his name before either. He's definitely not like the other alter egos, though. I don't know how you make a... I don't know the noise for nodding simultaneously. I guess I would have to get two bobbleheads for that, or something. Foo-foo! You think I give a shit if you lot agree with me or not? I'm turning into my spirit form and going to sleep. That's kind of funny. Senji Muramasa, alter ego. I've heard your name back in Atlantis, but I never would have guessed that you'd remain neutral. Another fascinating phenomenon. If an open discussion is on the table, Mr. Muramasa, there are a few things I would like to confirm with you. For example, can we assume you won't be sharing your knowledge of our arrival here with the other alter egos? Didn't I tell you, at this moment, I'm just another smithy. I can't be bothered to worry about anything else until I'm done with the job I signed on to. I see. Well, we greatly appreciate that. Hold up. Hey you, the one hiding in the shadows. Who might you be? I can tell you aren't even trying to erase your presence, so why don't you come out and say hi already? Hoot hoot hoot. Mechanical owl, and it's the same model Katak had with him. That must also be the device that was used to set off the Orpheus spell. But it would seem its master today is neither Katak nor Peperoncino. Well, this is awkward. Yes, that's right. That sacred owl has been entrusted to me. Good day, Chaldeans and members of the God Destroyer Alliance. I believe this is our second meeting in person. I am Europa. I am the Shrine Maiden and Queen to Zeus, ruler of this interstellar mountainous city of Olympus. And the God Destroyer Alliance is Okay! Okay. Okay, yeah, that's a good twist. Okay, so Muramasa's not the collaborator, it's your... Okay. So, I guess Europa has a bit more of a sway than Hera does, doesn't she? I guess Europa has more of a sway in this duo than Hera. Well, that was unexpected. Honestly. I honestly thought, given that this collaborator made this shit, and we knew Muramasa was here, and they were being all, you know, oh, we only got word from the collaborator, we're not actually them. I was so believing it was gonna be Muramasa. But Europa, that's a fucking twist out of left field. So I guess... I'm wondering if Hera doesn't like how things are going either? Maybe she only sided with the rule humanity option because of Zeus? And 3 reactor cores. So, I'm going to take a quick drink while we get ready for the next section. chapter, whatever you want to call it.